Hi, this is Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. It's a Battle on the Mines map, and we're following Faddah from Fiddy Clan in his AMX M449, which is the Tier 8 French heavy tank in Tech Tree. He's bottom tier in this match, which means there are Tier 10s, and this is a 357 matchmaking layout. So 3 Tier 10s, 5 Tier 9s, and 7 Tier 8s. So Faddah is, switch to Faddah's view, just been spotted there probably by the M41 Bulldog on the hill that got there early, and it's just making a decision which direction to go. So he's coming around here to the other side of the hill, and effectively as a low tier heavy tank you basically don't want to be right at the forefront, but you want to be looking for tanks of your own type, and there's a 50 TP's been spotted as well as a T34B, so both tier 8s and both good targets. Now that shot didn't seem to connect or penetrate, and he was lit, so they know he's here, but again, shouldn't be a great surprise. These guys are pushing up, but looks like there's also a Charfature 4 that already beat them to it. Now, I'm not going to get a penetration there through the turret of the T34. That's yeah, pretty much one of the hardest parts of the tank. The 50 TP just bounced off Faddah, so there's he just, as he came around, just spotted the UDES, managed to get his first damaging shot into there, so good reactions and awareness there. Takes that UDES down to pretty much a one shot. Now, we haven't seen much of the AMX M4, so this French heavy tank, they're not sort of noted as the best heavy tanks in the game, but let's see how well Faddah uses it. The 50 TP goes down, and he's just lined up the Charfature 4, got good shot there. That Charfature was pretty much in a very open position. Now he's down there behind the hill, but pretty much surrounded by tanks. I don't expect him to last that long, and without a great deal of backup apart from the UDES. UDES is probably not going to last long himself if he keeps pushing up. Anyway, Faddah's coming around to the other side of the hill here. This is where the heavy tanks, particularly the top tier tanks, are playing. So you've got Phase 1 there, the Tier 9 Tortoise, with a pretty fast firing and high alpha gun. That's not one you want to sit in front of, even though the Tortoise is down to pretty low level. Can you get the Commander's Hatch? He does. Takes the Tortoise down to a single shot to kill, but is he going to keep out of the way of the gun? Takes the time to line that up and aim in, but that means he did take a hit from the Tortoise as part of that, but he satisfactorily got to the kill. So he's killed one tank a tier higher than him, which is always good when you're in the lower tiers. And it's just waiting to see what the movements are going to be. There's an E3 there. He doesn't really want to be in front of, but just looking at that, that's Lily 13, so not really a very experienced player, certainly at this tier. Don't mean that in any disrespectful way, Lily, but yeah, I know this is one of your first few games in that tank, so hopefully you'll learn from this. Anyways, just come across here to this rock. This good position here gives you the ability to retreat, but he's found that E3 is actually looking straight at him. Interesting, they bounced off around from the Object 430, sorry, just lost my train of thought there. So that's, I guess, the sloped armor of the front of the M4 taking effect, and he's on a little bit of a downslope. That's adding a bit more slope to the front, so as long as he can keep his lower plate clear, he's okay. So effectively what he's getting at here is just waiting for the tanks to face towards his own heavies that are in the same position on the other side of the rock. That way he can get side shots on him. The E3 basically just looks like he's, or she in this case, is continuing to look at Faddah, so he doesn't really want to come out in front of that big alpha gun, and it's just rocking backwards and forwards, trying to keep an eye on it, using his zoom out function to just keep a view on it and just checking his angle there. It looks like Artie tried to splash them. He's trying to go for a weak spot on the E3. There's really not that much with his gun he's going to get through, so it's more going to be side shots on the turret. Interestingly, it gets a shot through the turret of the chieftain that's there. So that must have been just a bit of a side angle or something like that, because again, generally the front of the chieftain turret's pretty tough, and that chieftain's getting down to a one shot, gets access to the side of the E3, but still probably just a bit too angled, and that didn't seem to connect. Can you get the lower plate? That's really what he's trying to do, but yeah, not seeing enough of it to make it a viable thing. It's up to 1200 damage now, so he's getting close to his own hit points worth of damage, which is always what your initial target wants to be. It's your value in the game, and just being patient here, waiting for the enemy to get distracted, and really wants his own team to try and show better themselves to sort of liven that up. But now they've gone dark, which means he's probably gone dark as well compared to them. They're certainly not being lit by the people on the hill. Typically you can get proxy spotting from there, but most likely that the people on the hill don't want to get proxy spotted themselves and have themselves lit up by Artie. Anyway, there's another UDES spotted in the back there, UDES 16. One of the tier 9 tanks there. And it goes dark, so I thought he might have popped out there to have a look at it. And what is Faddah doing here? Is he going to exit off the hill down to the water? It looks like it, or is he just looking over at the island? There was a Progetto 46 over there, and maybe he's looking to see whether he's going to turn up. Now, yeah, earlier on the minimap, there was a T-25 pilot one who's just headed back to base there. He was on the island. Maybe the Progetto scared him back. So I think Faddah may have noticed that and done something about it. Now, this is the chieftain there. He actually bounces the incoming round from the chieftain, so that's good. And Faddah's firing premium now, which is you're certainly entitled to as a bottom tier. Not that you're not entitled to it in any other part of the game, of course, but it makes a lot more sense in this situation. And he's just not getting the angle on there. It takes that full incoming round from the chieftain, and yeah, he's not going to penetrate that way from that angle. But has he got something else? Oh look, there's a Scorpion offering its complete side shot, and he probably didn't need the premium round there, but he had it loaded, so yep, what are you going to do? And interestingly, the chieftain driver is called Don't Shoot Me, so I'm not sure if that's going to ward off anything, but yeah, interesting name. Anyway, takes another hit from the chieftain, but he manages to get the kill, so found a weak spot. No, it's a very well placed shot. If that's the case, I'm going to have a look at the slow motion on that later on and see exactly where that shot went, but I think that chieftain driver is going to be pretty angry that happened. Now the Scorpion just appeared again, just clipped the edge of the tracks, I think there, got critical damage, but the Scorpion already pulled back into cover. He also bounced around off the Scorpion. Yeah, the Scorpion there, just the outer track furthest away from Faddah. Puts a blind shot in, you can see the puff of smoke went up there, so that didn't hit anything. That Scorpion is well back behind cover. Now the Progetto 46 has been spotted also on the island. He's pulled back right to the other side as Renegade and the T-25 pilot have moved up there. So Faddah's not too bad, but he's on pretty low hit points now. He's pretty much one shot to most of the tanks in the game, so does want to be careful and not expose himself too much. So that Object 430 knows he's there. He knows he's possibly a easy target. Manages to see the 430 running away, and that must have gone in through the roof, and maybe that's what happened with the Centurion earlier with the angles and them going down the hill slope. That would be lower than him, so chances are that just went through the top of the turret, which tends to be a fairly lightly armoured area. So Borsig's pulled forward to take a hit, made himself attractive to others. The Scorpion hit him. And look at that, he's firing HE. Why would you do that? Okay, maybe he thinks he's low enough hit points that that HE shell would have, even if it didn't penetrate, would have exploded. But at this tier with the caliber guns and the thickness of armor, that's a pretty unlikely shot. worth taking maybe, but he missed the opportunity. If he'd penetrated that with his standard round or a premium round even, particularly the Scorpion would have taken Faddah out of the game, but that's left him in the game. He's got nearly 2,000 hit points of damage, mostly against tanks at higher tiers himself. And is he going to get a chance to do more? This is Scorpion spotted moving in. Okay, the 430U is coming back. Is he going to get through? Aiming for the Commander's Hatch there. It's a pretty slim Commander's Hatch that doesn't go in. He's down to his last premium round. He's going to get a shot in. Yes, he manages just to clip the 430 before he gets into position. The 430 is coming right up to get onto the hill. He's not looking at Faddah. Okay, that shot didn't get to him because he pulled back behind the rock just in time. But the 430 is getting, well, it's the 430 I should say, not the 430U. 430 is getting punished. He's down to a one shot if he pulls right back. Yeah, there he goes. Well done. Kill shot there, unsurprisingly. Now the A phase 1 just gets taken out by the Object 277. That's Killer Romeo from 1AR clan, so good work there, Romeo. And there's some good names in this game. Crucified Kitty. I just love the names on the Australian server. What have we got? Faddah is there, he's hanging in there. He's still got his 132 hit points. As good mate Stuart JP would say, that's 131 more than he needs. Is he going to get any more damage? That's the question. He's up to 2,500. He's blocked 1760, so he's already blocked more damage than his own hit points. That's a good achievement in as low tier, particularly given who was firing at him. And there's the ICU 152, Scorpion G, the Progetto, and the E3. So now the E3's there at the base of the hill, and he's going to have to change the angles to go there. He's not going to come around this side of the hill and face directly in front of an E3, so he's coming around here through the water to see whether he can get shots from a different direction on the E3. Alright, ISU 152 has been spotted, takes out the T-25 pilot. Another interesting name there, Too Shy Shy. It should have been Too Shy Too Shy. And you've got to tie it in with a 1980s song title by Kajagoogoo, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, distracting everyone. The Progetto 46 is there, doesn't want to engage with the Progetto. The Progetto has got enough hit points to survive a shot from Faddah. Sorry, distracted by reading chat there. It's not very nice sentiments. Yeah, basically the Progetto could clip him before he got his second shot in, so not really something he wants to get face to face with, but can he sneak around? If the Progetto didn't know he was there, which is quite possible, he'll at least get one shot in and maybe he can pull back. So just coming up the slope here, puts a blind shot in, not spotted. That Progetto's probably still moving, maybe towards base. The game is close. 14 to 12, they're two tanks up. The E3's just been taken out by the T-49, so didn't see that happen. But where's this Progetto? Is he trying to get to base, or is he? Yeah, there he is. Now, maybe he was looking for Artie. Gets a shot in. Good and a high roll there, 328. Gets lit, but that's alright. He's got a rock between him and the Progetto, and the Progetto's facing off the T-49. Is he going to get another shot in? He's just going to have to keep pushing around. No, doesn't get there in time. The T-49 takes him out. So, all round good game there. Let's go and have a look at the result. So that was an ace tanker game. As bottom tier, he did damage to tier 9s and tier 10s, so you get extra experience for that. You can see where he did that damage. 2873 direct damage, killed the Chieftain and the Tortoise and the Object 430, all high tier tanks, and did damage to various other tanks, including tier 8s, of course, which shows you what you can do as the bottom tier tank. The experience he earned, 1332, gets him the ace, just shy of what the T-49 earned, but he did 5k of damage, so well done to the T-49 and the Object 277, all getting over 5k of damage, which helped turn the tide of the game. On the opposition side, you can see there that the high tier object 430 that he managed to get rid of, was also a top contributor. So he fired 33 shots, only 19 hits. So I think we saw that bit of inaccuracy, probably, the gun plus as well as Bloom from trying to get snapshots off, and 10 of those penetrated. Did cost him a lot in terms of his premium ammo, but I think it was well worth it in terms of the result.